Right now, as you're watching this video, your smart TV is listening to every word you say, recording when you laugh, when you cry, and even tracking how long you stare at certain scenes. But here's what's truly disturbing. If you're over 50, tech companies consider you premium prey because they know you're less likely to fight back against their invasive data collection schemes. I'm Sarah, and after 8 years of investigating digital surveillance targeting seniors, I've discovered that your innocent-looking television is actually the most profitable spy device ever mass-produced. What I'm about to show you will make you want to unplug that TV immediately. But first, you need to know exactly what it's been doing behind your back. Let me paint you a picture of what happened to Margaret, a 72-year-old grandmother from Ohio, who called me last month in tears because her insurance company had just increased her premiums by 40%, and when she asked why they told her, it was based on lifestyle risk factors that suggested she was living alone with declining health habits. But Margaret had never told her insurance company any of this information. So how did they know? The answer was sitting right there in her living room. That Samsung Smart TV she'd received as a Christmas gift from her children had been listening to every conversation, recording every program she watched, analyzing her daily routines, and selling that information to data brokers who then sold it to her insurance company. This isn't science fiction. This is happening right now in millions of homes across America, and seniors are the primary target because technology companies know that older adults are less likely to understand privacy settings, less likely to read terms of service agreements, and more likely to accept default settings that maximize data collection. Let me show you exactly how your TV is violating your privacy in ways that would make government surveillance programs jealous. First, your smart TV is equipped with microphones that are always listening, even when the TV appears to be off. Most people think that little red light means the TV is sleeping, but it's actually in standby mode, continuously monitoring for voice commands, which means it's recording everything you say in that room. Samsung's own privacy policy states that they collect audio recordings of conversations that occur near their TVs, and they share this data with third-party partners for advertising purposes. But here's what they don't clearly explain. Those third-party partners include insurance companies, credit agencies, and marketing firms that build behavioral profiles. LG TVs go even further. They track not just what you watch, but how you watch it. They monitor whether you pause, rewind, or fast-forward through content. They analyze your viewing patterns to determine your emotional state, your health concerns, and your purchasing interests. Then they package this psychological profile and sell it to the highest bidder. But the audio surveillance is just the beginning, because your smart TV is also watching you through its built-in camera. Most smart TVs manufactured after 2018 include cameras designed for video calling and gesture control, but these cameras can be remotely activated without your knowledge or consent. Cybersecurity researchers at Princeton University discovered that popular TV brands including Samsung, LG, and Sony have cameras that can be accessed by third parties through backdoor vulnerabilities. Imagine discovering that strangers have been watching you in your most private moments in your own home, while you're having intimate conversations with your spouse, while you're discussing financial problems with your children, while you're dealing with health issues you thought were completely private. This actually happened to Robert and Linda Peterson from Arizona, who discovered that their smart TV had been streaming live video of their living room to unknown parties for over 6 months. The violation was only discovered when their tech-savvy grandson noticed unusual network activity during a family visit. The data collection doesn't stop with audio and video, because your smart TV is also tracking your behavioral patterns with frightening precision. Every button press, every menu selection, every program choice is recorded and analyzed. Sophisticated algorithms determine when you wake up, when you go to sleep, how often you watch the news, whether you prefer comedies or dramas during stressful periods, and even subtle changes in your viewing habits. That might indicate health problems. Insurance companies are particularly interested in this behavioral data because it allows them to identify high-risk customers without expensive medical examinations. They know that people who watch excessive amounts of television during daytime hours are more likely to have mobility issues. People who frequently watch medical programs may have undiagnosed health concerns, and people whose viewing patterns suddenly change might be experiencing cognitive decline. This behavioral profiling extends far beyond insurance, because marketing companies use this data to exploit psychological vulnerabilities, particularly targeting seniors with scams and predatory advertising. The Federal Trade Commission reports that Americans over 60 lose over $3 billion annually to scams and fraudulent marketing schemes, and smart TV data plays a significant role in making these scams more effective. Because criminals know exactly which seniors are most vulnerable based on their viewing habits, social isolation indicators, and behavioral patterns. But here's where it gets even more disturbing, because your smart TV isn't operating alone. It's connected to a network of devices that are all collecting data and sharing information about you. Your smartphone is constantly tracking your location, building detailed maps of everywhere you go, how long you stay, and who you visit. This information is combined with your TV viewing data to create incredibly detailed lifestyle profiles. Medical wearables like fitness trackers and smartwatches are monitoring your heart rate, sleep patterns, activity levels, and even stress indicators. This health data is being sold to insurance companies who use it to adjust your premiums or deny coverage entirely. Modern cars are equipped with dozens of sensors that track your driving habits, where you go, how fast you drive, and even analyze your behavior patterns behind the wheel. This transportation data reveals your daily routines, your health status, and your financial situation. Smart home devices like Amazon Alexa and Google Home are listening to conversations throughout your house, building voice prints of everyone who lives there, and creating detailed profiles of your relationships, habits, and personal concerns. All of this data from different devices is being combined by data broker companies who sell comprehensive profiles to anyone willing to pay, including scammers, criminals, and foreign governments. The scope of this surveillance would be illegal if conducted by law enforcement. But technology companies have found legal loopholes that allow them to collect this information through terms of service agreements that most people never read or understand. A recent study by Carnegie Mellon University found that the average smartphone user would need to spend 76 working days per year just reading the privacy policies for their apps and devices, which explains why 97% of users simply click accept without understanding what they're agreeing to. This deliberate complexity is intentional because technology companies profit more when users don't understand or control their privacy settings. They design interfaces to encourage maximum data sharing while making privacy controls difficult to find and harder to use. The targeting of seniors is particularly egregious because older adults grew up in an era when privacy was protected by default, when telephone companies couldn't record conversations, when television was one-way communication, and when medical information stayed between patients and doctors. Today's seniors are being exploited by companies who understand that this generation trusts technology less, but also understands it less, making them perfect targets for surveillance disguised as convenience. But you don't have to be a victim because there are specific steps you can take right now to protect your privacy and reclaim control over your personal information. First, locate your smart TV's privacy settings, which are usually buried several menus deep in the system preferences. Look for options labeled automatic content, recognition, voice recognition, or interest-based advertising, and turn all of these features off. Second, disable your TV's microphone and camera. Most smart TVs allow you to turn off these features entirely through the settings menu if you can't find these options. Unplug your TV completely when not in use, or cover the camera and microphone with tape. Third, review and modify your TV's network permissions. Many smart TVs request access to other devices on your home network, which allows them to collect data from your computers, tablets, and smartphones. Deny these permissions and consider setting up a separate guest network for your smart TV. Fourth, regularly review what data your TV manufacturer has collected about you. Most major brands, including Samsung, LG, and Sony, provide online portals where you can view, download, and delete your personal data. Use these tools to see exactly what information has been collected and delete everything you're uncomfortable sharing. Fifth, consider disconnecting your smart TV from the internet entirely. You can still enjoy streaming services through external devices, like Roku or Apple TV, which offer better privacy controls while keeping your TV's built-in surveillance features offline. The fight for digital privacy isn't just about protecting information. It's about preserving human dignity and personal autonomy in an age where technology companies view your most intimate moments as profit opportunities. Margaret from Ohio, who I mentioned earlier, took these steps to protect her privacy and successfully challenged her insurance company's premium increase. She also filed complaints with state regulators, which led to investigations into how insurance companies use smart TV data for risk assessment. You have more power than you realize, but only if you take action, because every day you delay is another day. That companies are collecting your personal information, building profiles about your life, and potentially sharing that data with parties who don't have your best interests at heart. The technology industry spent billions of dollars convincing you that smart TVs would make your life better while hiding the fact that they make your life less private. But knowledge is power. And now you have the information you need to make informed decisions about the technology in your home. Your living room should be a sanctuary, not a surveillance center. Your conversations should be private, not recorded for profit. And your viewing habits should be personal, not sold to the highest bidder. Take back control of your privacy starting today, because the companies behind these devices are counting on your silence. They profit when you don't ask questions, and they win when you accept surveillance as the price of convenience. But convenience should never come at the cost of your right to feel safe in your own home. Now you know the 5 hidden truths, and you have the power to make sure these devices serve you, not spy on you. The choice is yours. Continue living under constant surveillance, or use the simple steps I've outlined to protect yourself and your family. Your privacy is worth defending, and the defense begins with knowledge. So let me ask you, which of these 5 truths shocked you the most? And what's the first step you'll take to protect your home? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your insight might help someone else who feels just as overwhelmed. If this opened your eyes, subscribe and join us. We're building a community that refuses to give up its freedom in exchange for false convenience. See you soon.